Hello. And we are moving to the end of the year, and that is exciting. Everyone is hopefully looking forward to the beginning of a new year and brand new ideas and brand new life, hopefully. But before we end the year, I would like to share three things that I feel that it is important to have a new outlook in order for us to be able to move into 2020, which is not just a new year but a decade with peace and grace. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about these three key aspects of life, of which is a theme. The theme is based on what I listened to today as a Christian because I am in church, and I would like to speak about that, and that will speak to you whether you are a believer or non-believer, because the basic principles of life, I believe, are the same. Now, this speech was about praise. So David in the Bible did praise God a lot. He was somebody who praised God till in very different ways and sometimes crazy ways, but he did praise God. And the key things that motivated him to, or that helped him also to praise God, are the things that I'm going to share of. And as I said, if you believe or not, these are principles that would help you move your life forward, or live your life the way that it should be, to move you to the direction that you would prefer. Number one is that David made his mind to praise God. So David made his mind to praise God. What are you making your mind for? What are you thinking about? What are you making your mind think about? The point is that if you don't get your mind to think about the right things, or think about the things that you want, it is hard for the mind to just kind of think the thoughts that you wanted to, because there are so many things that go on in our heads. As a Christian, you call it the devil and then the God. But if you are a non-believer, it is the good and then the bad. And the bad, isn't it funny that the bad always seems to preoccupy our mind most of the time? But if you are somebody who is thinking about doing things differently and living your life differently, of course, it's got to be the good things that you think about. So what are you making your mind think? What are you making your mind to dwell on most of the time? And because the more you think about something, the likelihood that it will come to pass. So go into the new year thinking about the things that you actually want to do, the life that you actually want to live. If you are somebody who is thinking about starting a business, think about the business that you want to run. And if you are in a business and it's not a kind of at the place that you would like it to be, think about the possibilities that it could get bigger, by seeking help and all that. Number two is your gratitude, your ability to be grateful. In fact, gratitude is one of the things that is so important, because if you are waiting to get to where you want to be before you can be grateful, it is a hard core, simply because chances are it will take time before you get to where you want to be, or or you get there and then you find that, okay, I actually didn't want to be here, I want to be somewhere else or do something different. So, but you being grateful at where you are at the moment, it doesn't mean that you are complacent, it doesn't mean that you are not for thinking forward, it doesn't mean that you are not trying to be ambitious, but it just means being grateful for now, because grateful for life, be grateful to be alive, to be breathing, to be talking, to be watching me, to be with family, to be with friends, to be at work. Those are things that we should be grateful for. And as Oprah Winfrey said, the more grateful you are, the better that your mind is thinking about releasing your potential. So think about being grateful, and especially as we go into the new year, some people will be wrapping this year and thinking that it wasn't a fantastic year. But what you have to think about is to count the blessings, count them, name them one by one, and you would realize that during the year you actually did a lot. But not until you put them on paper, it is hard. You won't be able to remember most of them. In fact, one of my this lady that I'm involved with in a parent network in Donia now, Donia asked me the other day to text her the things that we've done this year in her network. And then she came back to me and said, I'm actually surprised you remember all this. But the point is that if she didn't ask, I wouldn't have reminded her. If she doesn't remember, it doesn't feel that she's done so much this year, but she has actually done a lot for us as a group and for us as parents. So if you begin to write your wins down, the things that you have achieved this year, you can see that without any shred of doubt you have done some work, because I wouldn't want to believe that you are still where you are from January to this time. You have learned new things, you have developed new habits, and so on and so forth. And hopefully, the good ones you take into 2020 and make it a better year. The third one is your ability to voice your testimony. So to share with people what you believe in, share with people what you stand for. When you are in a journey, so this journey, it could be you are a business owner, or you are thinking of starting a business, or you are in work, or you are a believer, you need to share your opinion, because your opinion count. In fact, I attended a program called Wisdom for Women International, and this lady, Marcia Dixon, shared about the use of social media in terms for Christian ladies, and that really stood out for me. She said, if our children are on social media watching celebrities, their minds are being formed in a different way. But what if we could share our opinions on social media still the same? You see, their minds we would give them the opportunity to know what we think and know what we stand for. And it's the same for you, a business person. The wins that you got, if you carry on sharing them little by little, you are empowering yourself, and not only that, you are also empowering other people to kind of embrace the storm, so to speak, and to be able to start what it is that they want to do. The other aspect of it is that the more you share, you are encouraging your customers, especially to that you appreciate them, so to speak, because when you share what you've been able to achieve, you're appreciating your customers, and you know that the things that you are doing is actually working. It might not be working perfect, but you know, the fact that it's working is one of the things that you have to dwell on. So in wrapping up this video, there are 3 key things that you have to take forward for next year. Tell your mind what to do. Make your mind think the positives. You know, listen to positive videos, listen to affirmations, listen to self-development, and all those things that you listen to that will empower you. If you're a Christian, listen to a Bible-believing sermons and things like that. It will empower you to change your mind and focus on the good things that you want to happen in your life. The second aspect is to be grateful for whatever you have, wherever you are at the moment. You will get there. Trust me, because when I started my journey, I didn't know how far God was going to bring me, but here I am talking to you. I could not even listen to myself or watch myself on camera to start with, and here I am talking. So there are so many things that you should be grateful for, because gradually all the things that you are aspiring to be or dreaming to become will fall into place. The third thing is to be vocal, use your voice, you know, share your testimony, and hopefully you will be able to encourage others to do the things that they want to do, but for 1 or 2 reasons are afraid to do. So if you are listening to this video and you like what you've heard, and you are planning to do something in the coming year, if you're trying to start a business or you're trying to promote your business, I am available. I will be able to help you and support you in the journey, and hopefully we will all have a successful 2020. Take care. God bless. Bye.